Let's now bring in former Boston Police Commissioner Ed Davis. Thank you so much for joining us this Thanksgiving Eve. Obviously very heavy news ahead of the holiday. Always good to see you, though.
Good to see you too, Erica. Terrible situation in Washington.
All right, so Ed, let's talk about whether or not these Guard members were targeted. That's what the official word is now. So how will law enforcement determine that for sure? I'd imagine they'd start to go through social media histories, those kinds of things to figure out the motive here.
Right. It's clear from what's been released at the press conference that this is a targeted attack. A coward stuck up behind. Really, these are visible representations of our government, these National Guard troops that are assigned to downtown Washington. So this was an attack on the human beings involved, on the military, but it was also an attack on our nation. They were clearly in a situation where it was very difficult to respond. I was on I Street less than a week ago, and it's a very safe neighborhood in a downtown business district. So it's not the kind of place where you'd think this type of assault would happen. So now the work is to find out who was involved in it. How did that person get there? Did he have help? Were there people dropping him off? Is this a wider conspiracy than just one person? Or is it a single individual that has some animus towards the military or the government who could possibly be involved in terrorist activity to attack two military members like this? They will look at his cell phone, they will try to find his vehicle, but the single most important thing they're doing right now is looking at every camera in that neighborhood to try to take him back from the scene to wherever he got started, be it a metro stop or a vehicle or a cab or something like that, so that they can find out who they're dealing with. His fingerprints and everything else still run to try to find out who this guy is.
And it seems these days especially there is this eagerness to get all the information that we can get, and we have all these social media platforms. So there was this miscommunication. The governor of West Virginia saying the Guard members didn't survive, later had to backtrack that. So how careful do we need to be when this information is coming in so quickly, and how can that kind of miscommunication happen?
Well, it's fairly common. Unfortunately, the first reports that you get from a situation like this are usually proven to be wrong. And the problem is when you have political figures that want to jump out ahead of the news cycle to try to break news, sometimes they're breaking bad news or news that isn't accurate. And, it's better left to the professionals before you start to jump in and create the kind of havoc and concern that the families will experience with this uncertainty. So I hate to see that happen, but you're seeing it more and more. And I think social media puts a bit of a stress on the whole system. People will want to be the first one to say something, and it can backfire.
Former Boston Police Commissioner Ed Davis. Ed, thanks for your time and expertise. We appreciate it as always.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
All right, so let's recap what we know right now. Two National Guard members, a man and a woman from West Virginia, are in critical condition in the hospital. They were shot a couple of blocks from the White House. Authorities say the suspect, who is believed to be male, is in custody. Other National Guard members in the area were able to hold that man down. D.C.'s mayor says the Guard members were targeted. Stay with us as we stay on top of this developing situation.